Hello students, good morning everyone. Yesterday we will discuss in science in 8th class about reactivity series. Reactivity series of metals. A more reactive metal displays a less reactive metal from its salt solution. In reactivity series, most reactive metals are at the top of the series and less reactive metals are at the bottom of the series, which are also known as the inert metals or noble metals. Okay, there is an element hydrogen which is placed in this series in between the more reactive metals and less reactive metals. This hydrogen is used for separation of two type of metals because it can also lose or gain either it lose its one electron or it gain one electron, and it forms cation as well as anion. So it behave both types. We will discuss now about chemical properties of non-metals. As in metals, first we discuss about reaction with oxygen. Here also we will discuss how non-metal react with oxygen. As in metal, basic or amphoteric oxides are formed. The oxide formed in metal is either basic in nature or amphoteric in nature. But in case of non-metals, the acid is formed is acidic in nature. What is the nature of the acid form? Acidic nature. First, we take carbon non-metal. When carbon react with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide further react with water, it forms carbonic acid. H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. This is acid, however it is a weak acid, but due to weak acids the carbon non-metal form its acidic oxide. Similarly, next is sulfur. When it reacts with oxygen, it forms sulfur dioxide, and further this sulfur dioxide react with water, it forms sulfurous acid, H2SO3, sulfurous acid. If we take excess amount of oxygen in this case, a large amount of oxygen is available, then sulfur form sulfur trioxide, and this sulfur trioxide further react with water and it form H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, which is a strongest acid. Okay? Understand? After that, next non-metal is phosphorus. When phosphorus is burnt in air, means when phosphorus react with oxygen which is present in atmosphere, it forms phosphorus pentaoxide. Phosphorus react with oxygen, it forms phosphorus pentaoxide, P2O5. Okay. but phosphorus is exists in its P4 form. When it reacts with oxygen, then it forms phosphorus pentaoxide, and this phosphorus pentaoxide further react with water. It forms phosphoric acid. It forms phosphoric acid. Which acid? Phosphoric acid. H3PO4. Okay. This is the reaction of phosphorus and our oxides form is acidic in nature. After that, some neutral oxides such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen monoxide, nitrous oxide, etc. These are neutral oxides, means neutral in nature. This is our first chemical property, that is reaction with oxygen. Now next is reaction with water. Second is reaction with water. Most of the non-metals do not react with water. They do not react with water or steam, even steam, and not give hydrogen gas, just as in metal case. In metal case, most of metals react with water or steam and they give hydrogen gas. But in non-metals, they do not react with water or steam and not give hydrogen gas. Why non-metals do not react? Because non-metals do not give electrons, means there is no loss of electron take place in case of non-metals. So they do not reduce the hydrogen ions. They do not reduce the hydrogen ions of hydrogen water. Of water. Because non-metals do not give electrons, that is there is no loss of electron take place in case of non-metals. So non-metals do not react with water or steam and do not give hydrogen gas. Okay. After that, next one is reaction with base. Non-metals react with alkalis or base. Reaction with base. Sulfur non-metal react with sodium hydroxide and it form Na2S2O3. Na2S2O3 plus Na2S plus H2O. Na2S2O3 means sodium thiosulfate or sodium sulfide. Na2S is sodium sulfide, Na2S2O3 is sodium thiosulfate. Here sulfur react with base and it form a compound sodium thiosulfate and sodium sulfite. Okay. After that, chlorine. Chlorine when react with base, then NaCl compound is formed and another compound NaClO is also formed. When chlorine react with base, then common salt, sodium chloride or NaClO. Two compounds are formed, sodium hypochlorite and sodium chloride. These are the reactions of non-metals with base. Okay. After that, next is reaction with salt solution. Next one is reaction with salt solution. In this case, sodium bromide is a salt, and when chlorine, which is a non-metal, react with sodium bromide, then NaCl compound is formed and bromine gas is released, Br2. Okay. Similarly, sodium iodide Cl2 react, NaCl is formed and iodine is released. In this case, the reactivity series of halogens, fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. This is the reactivity order of halogens. Means fluorine is most reactive than other halogens. Fluorine, after then chlorine, then bromine and iodine. This is the reactivity order of the halogens. Similar in metals, more reactive fluorine replace less reactive halogen and form its corresponding salt. Okay, this is the reaction of non-metals with salt solution. Here chlorine is non-metal and sodium bromide and sodium iodide is a salt of bromine and iodine. In this case, NaCl is formed in both cases and bromine and iodine is liberated as a gas. If NaCl react with bromine, then no reaction take place because bromine is less reactive than chlorine and it does not form its corresponding salt. Okay students, after that we will discuss next property, that is reaction of non-metals with acids. Next one is reaction of non-metals with acids. How non-metals react with acid? For example, when sulfur react with nitric acid, then H2SO4 sulfuric acid is formed and nitrogen dioxide and also water is formed. When sulfur react with nitric acid, then H2SO4, nitrogen dioxide and water is formed. This is the reaction of sulfur with strong nitric acids. So, here we will discuss that HNO3 is a nitric acid, and this is, here we take concentrated nitric acid, because non-metals does not react with dilute acids. They only react with some concentrated acids and form a compound. Generally metals react with the dilute acids, but non-metals does not react with dilute acids, they only react with the concentrated acids. Okay, these are the some basic chemical properties of non-metals. After that, we compare properties of metals with non-metals. Comparison between metals and non-metals. We had already discussed. Now we recapitulate it. Metal and non-metals. First one is metals form either basic or amphoteric oxides, but non-metals form either acidic or neutral oxides. Second, metals displace hydrogen ion and give H2 gas. But here no H2 gas is produced. Okay, after that metals are reducing agents. Metals are reducing agents, but non-metals are oxidizing agents. Reducing agent means they reduce the given metals, reduce the given compound, and non-metals oxidize because they behave as oxidizing agent and they behave as a reducing agent. Metals form, most of the metals form ionic hydrides and non-metals form covalent hydrides, which are covalent in nature. They form ions and they form covalent bond. This is the comparisons between metals and non-metals. After that, we will discuss some common use of metals here. Uses of common metals. First one is aluminium. Because aluminium is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Aluminium is good conductor of heat and electricity. Due to good conductor of heat, aluminium is used as in cooking utensils, and due to good conductor of electricity, it is used in making electric wires. Okay. After that, aluminium show good malleability. Nature, most of the metals are malleable, and due to this malleability, aluminium is converted into thin aluminium foils or sheets. Aluminium sheets. After that, aluminium is a good reflector of heat. Next is good reflector of heat. After that, aluminium is resistant to air. Aluminium is resistant to air, water and many chemicals. Means it does not corrode easily. Means it is used in making windows, etc. Corrosion of aluminium does not take place easily, just as in case of iron, rusting takes place. Okay. After that, due to lightness, it has light weight, aluminium is used to make aeroplanes. Okay. These are the some important basic use of aluminium metal. Now, next is zinc. Second is zinc metal. Zinc is used to galvanize iron. In galvanization method, we will discuss later galvanization method. Zinc is used as a galvanizing metal in galvanization of iron or other metals. When we protect iron from rusting, then galvanization method is done. In this galvanization method, we use zinc, and this zinc metal is used to covering or forming a layer above the iron metal in galvanization method. After that, zinc is used as a agent in dry cells. Zinc is used in dry cells. Also, it is used in extraction of gold and silver. Extraction of gold and silver. Also, zinc is used to make many alloys, just as brass. In making alloys, we used zinc. Brass, gunmetal, German silver, etc. These are the alloys which are made up of zinc. After that, next is magnesium. Next metal is magnesium. Magnesium is used in fireworks. Magnesium is used in fireworks. and it is also used as reducing agents in extraction of metals. Also used as reducing agent in extraction of metals. After that, magnesium is also used in preparation of alloys. And also it is used in magnesium ribbon. And magnesium is found in plants in chlorophyll. In chlorophyll which is present in plants, also magnesium is present. Okay. After that, next metal is lead. Lead is used in making most protective layers of screens which are used most protective layers or screens which are used in path of UV rays. Harmful ultraviolet rays, X-rays, gamma rays are protected by using lead as a protective screen. After that, lead is also used in making some alloys such as solder. Solder is an alloy. After that, sodium. Sodium is also used as a reducing agent. Sodium is also used as a reducing agent in extraction of many metals. Sodium is used in the form of vapors in electric bulbs. Sodium is used in the form of vapors in electric bulbs. Also, sodium is used to prepare an amalgam. With the mercury, which is used as a reagent. Sodium is also used to prepare an amalgam and which is used as a reagent. After that, iron. There are many important use of irons in industries, in our household, many pillars, and it is used in making car, trucks, vans, etc. In making steel, which is an alloy, iron is used. Iron is also used in making building sports. And in our body, iron is also present in our red blood cells in a form of hemoglobin. Iron is also found in our body. It is present in hemoglobin in blood of a human. Next is copper. As aluminium, copper is also used in making many electrical wires, many electrical poles, etc. It is also used in making alloys just as brass or German silver, bronze, etc. Copper is also used in making jewelry, coin, etc. And copper is also used as a catalyst. Copper is used as a catalyst in electroplating method. in electroplating method. We will discuss electroplating method in next chapter, in which copper is used as a catalyst in electrochemical cells. These are the some important use of some metals. Okay students, thank you.